Up next, we're uncapping the tightly sealed, juicy secrets of one small town.
Ta-da! It's gorgeous!
Then, we've all heard the expression old school. Well, you'll meet some high school students who have taken that to a whole new level.
And we're heading to one small town where horsepower meets hope.
It starts with the horses, and amazing things happen.
Welcome to Small Town Big Deal. I'm Rodney Miller.
And I'm Jan Carl. We have planted ourselves smack dab in the middle of St. Joe, Indiana, population about 500.
And we found the one place in town that's sure to leave a sour taste in your mouth.
It is a hotbed of activity. It's also cool as a cucumber.
St. Joe is nestled in the northeast part of Indiana, about 20 miles outside of Fort Wayne.
Not far from the town's small center, past its water tower, are a sea of cornfields synonymous with the northeast Indiana landscape.
But there is a spot where no corn has grown for over a century. And that's because another crop has reigned supreme.
Everybody loves pickles. It just brings a smile to your face.
By the time Max Troyer bought Seckler's Pickles in 2007, it had established itself as one powerful pickling plant.
Since 1911, copious amounts of cucumbers have been transformed into a favorite fermented treat. But even by then, pickles had already been pleasing palates for centuries.
It's been said that Cleopatra attributed some of her beauty to a steady diet of pickles.
Napoleon fed them to his army, believing they kept his fighting men strong.
And Thomas Jefferson thought they were the way to beat the heat during Virginia's summers.
There's little doubt those historical figures wouldn't pass up on a chance to uncap the pickle-making secrets of today.
We know we won't.
If there's one bad rule, we have to wear hairnets, no matter how they make us look.
If our producers schedule one more shoot where I gotta wear a hairnet, oh, I'm gonna kill them.
I'll keep that in mind.
Seriously, you should.
Wow, there's so many of them, Max.
Our first stop? Huge cypress tanks getting filled with cucumbers. Max explains they preserve them by a brining process.
You add water, I'm assuming?
Water and salt and calcium chloride, and that's just the three simple ingredients.
That's it?
Yep.
How much salt in that whole big vat here?
3,000 pounds maybe. You wouldn't want to eat these pickles right out of the tank. They're really salty.
Yeah, you'd really pucker up.
Those cucumbers have to sit in that super salty brine solution for at least 3 to 6 weeks before they are fully preserved. But did you know?
You could store cucumbers in there for up to 2 years and keep them preserved.
So this is also your storage then for the year?
This is our storage, so like in the winter we'll bring these pickles out of the tanks and use them to run the factory throughout the year.
So that you're in production all year long then?
We're running every day of the year.
Once the pickles are fermented, they are brought to another tank where they are given a special overnight bath to remove all that excess salt.
Then it's off to quality control. Any odd-shaped or cut-up pickles will be sorted out and cut into relish.
And they look like pickles now instead of cucumbers.
Yeah, they definitely have a different color to them.
Yeah.
It's quite an aroma right here.
Oh, I know. I mean, it totally smells like pickles.
Are these already determined what kind of pickle they're going to be, or are you going to determine that later down the line?
Right up to the end of the line here, we can put them into a lot of different products. So today what we're making are kosher spears.
I thought we had to have a rabbi around to get kosher pickles. Now, what makes a pickle kosher? I've always wondered that.
We're under rabbinical supervision, but kosher in pickles primarily means garlic. If it has garlic added, it's kosher.
So I'm pretty kosher because I have onions almost every day.
Ah,
Rabbi Rodney. Has a nice ring to it.
I did not realize that's what made a pickle kosher.
Boy,
The poorly cut spears get sorted out.
Kevin does the sorting.
The bits and pieces have got to go
there's
first.
a little one.
Bits and pieces. Or a spear like that. Yeah, see how this one's kind of rough?
Oh, Rodney, Rodney, Rodney. Rodney, Rodney. Those are a no. Rodney just kept wanting to eat the cucumbers.
And we can't eat these.
Yes, we're not supposed to eat them going down the line.
And I think he didn't.
You guys did good. There was a lot of pieces in there. You guys did all right.
Next, garlic is added to make the pickles certifiably kosher.
Wow, smell that.
You can see that the pickles are packed, never showing their skins. It makes for a prettier pickle jar.
What you can't see is all the pride that's packed inside.
How important is this little factory to this community?
Oh, everybody comes here and gets pickles all the time. They've grown up off these pickles.
The average worker packs 1,000 jars a day.
We work here year-round. We work full-time in the summer and then part-time when school is in.
To get a true taste of the hard work done here, look no further than the factory's own store and its sample bar.
Those are the orange right there.
Going in.
They do taste like orange. You know, I have to say the orange was my favorite.
I want to go for the apple cinnamon chunk.
Okay.
Mmm. Tastes like Christmas.
For pickle lovers, it's one place where every day is like Christmas.
Tucked away in a sea of cornfields, it's the ultimate sweet spot to relish in one of life's little sour pleasures.
Coming up,
Ta-da! It's gorgeous!
a senior prom like you've never seen before.
They are going to be excited, and that's the whole point.
Welcome back to Small Town Big Deal. We are in Jasper, Georgia, and what a beautiful little town this is.
Oh, it is. But you know what? Here's my question for you, Rodney.
Okay.
How much did you love your senior prom?
You know I didn't go.
Yeah, I know. He's kind of shy, a little backwards. Well, tonight is the night.
What do you mean?
Just trust me.
We traveled 50 miles north of Atlanta to Pickens High School to catch up with the students from the Chick-fil-A Leader Academy, a national high school leadership program that focuses on impact through action. These students decided to positively impact their local senior citizens by letting them know how important they are. And what better way than to throw a senior prom?
Oh, that's the light.
Yeah,
Cool.
they drop it back in this row over here. One day we'll be elderly and we'll want someone to take care of us just as good as we did them, so why not give them as much as we can? These are like keychains.
Uh-huh.
I really want to be a part of this awesome event for senior citizens because they are going to be excited, and that's the whole point.
The students' energy and enthusiasm inspired us to lend a hand.
Straight out.
Straight out.
It's like a balloon conga line. Oh, that was a different balloon. That was not us.
We had someone working on this all day. They put a lot of heart into it.
Wow.
So I'm the one that has to crawl in behind?
Well, you're thinner.
Oh, well, that I am.
Sit.
I do. Hold it, hold on, do that! Okay, ta-da!
It's gorgeous!
It's really great to just talk to the seniors and learn something from them. They have a lot of wise words to share.
And I'm a little older than Jan, so do you think that I have wiser words than her?
I would have to say so from experience.
I love you, Carl.
The final touches in place, time for the students and us to go get glammed up.
And what does this event mean to the seniors that come here?
I mean, they get to come out for a night that they can enjoy and puts a smile on their face, and they get to just have a ball.
And it's kind of a way of us to give back to them. I mean, they helped, start our community. A lot of organizations, some of them were school teachers, some of them, I mean, this is kind of our way to show our appreciation to them.
Don't be nervous, just have fun.
Okay.
All right? And save a piece of cake for me. Okay, thank you.
And maybe a dance for me.
Oh, yes, sure. Oh, there you go. Do that.
right, it's your first dance.
All right. You looking forward to dancing?
I don't know.
But maybe?
Maybe.
Maybe you have a dance with me later?
Okay.
Okay. That's 2. When our feet needed a rest from the dance floor, we all had some fun in the photo booth.
Oh my gosh, I think Rodney has found his inner Elton John.
And the Pickens County High School Chick-fil-A Leader Academy prom king and queen is Arthur Goldberg and Joanne Weintraub. The prom king and queen weren't the only royalty on hand.
This really, it takes them back in time, and it makes them feel good, and they forget about the aches and pains. They just have a good time.
What did you see on the faces of the senior citizens?
Pure joy. I know I saw excitement and happiness, and they were just taken back to a different era. And then when Elvis comes out, I mean, they're like little kids again, and it's just such a neat thing to see.
Well, there was a moment tonight where a World War II veteran had the attention of 3 young men, and they listened and they learned.
Leave this country in a better shape than you found it.
They have definitely impacted our lives, and we're hoping we can pass some of our knowledge from the Senior Center to the seniors with our advice board.
If you act and are proud of yourself, then other people will be proud of you too. Okay, Callie? All righty.
Thank you, Callie.
You're welcome.
By the end of the night, it was clear that for both young and for old, this prom put a song in their hearts that will last forever. Up next,
We use our rein and then we use our leg at the same time.
Using horses to heal.
It forces you to reconnect your brain with your body again, and amazing things happen.
Welcome back to Small Town Big Deal.
You know, for some of our returning veterans, the wars they fight overseas don't always end when they come home. Sometimes they still battle the wounds of war both physically and emotionally.
But here in Gretna, Nebraska, they're employing a whole new therapy to help with our returning heroes. And it's one that gives new meaning to the term horsepower.
Feeling an obligation to his country after 9/11, former Marine Ben Warmington began 3 tours of duty in Iraq over an 8-year period.
I just started my freshman semester at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln and just turned 18, and then 9/11 happened, and that was it. Called the recruiter and said it's time to go.
when he finished his last tour in 2010, Ben thought he'd seen his final battle, but he hadn't.
I was standing in Walgreens, and I just had this major panic attack. I was sweating profusely, shallow breathing, my heart's pounding, and I just felt like everybody was surrounding me and closing in on me, and I basically kind of dropped my stuff and got out of there.
That was the first of many panic attacks and the beginning of a long struggle for Ben.
It got to the point where within a couple weeks, I was near suicidal. I looked in the mirror, and the person looking back at me seemed like they had no soul.
Ben would soon learn he suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD. It sometimes develops in those who have seen or lived through a shocking, scary, or dangerous event like war.
It's normal to feel afraid during or just after a dangerous situation.
But people with PTSD have that sense of fear long after they are out of danger, and very often the impact can be debilitating.
I didn't seek a lot of help. I mean, I just really gutted it out for the next 4 years until I got out.
4 years?
Yeah.
The turning point for Ben came when he got an email from the Wounded Warriors Project pointing him in an unexpected direction. He learned of horse therapy specifically designed for vets with PTSD.
Ben came here to HETRA, which stands for the Heartland Equine Therapeutic Riding Academy. They're located in the small town of Gretna, Nebraska, just about 20 miles southwest of Omaha.
We'll get her brushed up and ready to go out to work. When you're ready.
Come on.
What do you tell Shammy?
Walk on. Walk on, all right.
What all services do you guys provide?
We serve adults and children with disabilities. We serve, the youngest is age 2, and the oldest client we've served has been 92.
What started out in 1989 with 1 horse, 1 student, and 3 volunteers has grown into a facility of over 100 students, 21 horses, and thanks to community outreach, more than 150 volunteers.
So you can use all your space, and plan ahead.
What they do here is technically called equine therapy, and it's been proven effective in helping with human physical rehabilitation.
We know when you're on the horse that you're making postural adjustments, balance adjustments, 3,000 to 5,000 times maybe in a 45-minute session, that we're having to adjust our posture and our position.
Pet her on the shoulder.
So as an occupational therapist, I can't create that varying degree of change in the clinic, but the horse can do that for me out in the arena.
Try not to move your feet, make her move her feet.
But in recent years, equine therapy has shown promise as a treatment for those struggling with emotional issues like PTSD.
Which brings us back to Ben. He was among the first veterans to try equine therapy at Hetra.
So one of the things, Ben, as you're brushing her, you might want to think about is the different type of pressure you're using on the brush.
His typical 45-minute session starts with grooming the horse and then riding her.
If she starts getting too fast, I want you to give her a little squeeze with the reins.
What exactly is happening between you and the horse that helps with PTSD?
I think your mind and body get connected in really weird ways in combat. And so it forces you to reconnect your brain with your body again in a way that I think traditional therapy just has a hard time doing.
Let's see if we can just get her to trot to the gate.
With the mental gymnastics that you're going through trying to give the horse instruction, you're having to respond to what the horse is doing, so there's this dynamic back and forth.
So remember how we use our rein and then we use our...
And then how important is someone like Edie, your instructor?
She's playing the balancing act between how the horse and I are interacting, and she's aware of things that I'm doing or the horse is doing that maybe the horse or I aren't aware of.
Let's take her to the left, so we're going the opposite direction of what we just went.
When I see Ben riding that horse, I think about how he gave so much to his country, putting himself in harm's way to protect us. It's nice that he has a place to go to heal his own wounds.
You have to really engage every part of you and be aware of every part of you. And some of the skills that you learn riding, you have to just be patient. You have to think before you act. I just started noticing those habits spilling into to the rest of my life. It starts with the horses, because there's just something there, and amazing things happen.
I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Small Town Big Deal.
You know, I think Hetra has proven that quote is true, that there is something about the outside of a horse that is good for the inside of a man.
And we will never forget that senior prom. We had so much fun.
Oh my gosh, you had so many dances. And we want to commend Chick-fil-A and their High School Leader Academy. They're growing great leaders of tomorrow and making such amazing impact in communities all across America.
And what did you think of the pickle factory?
One word, delicious.
I'm Rodney Miller.
I'm not sure he liked my pun. I'm Jan Carl.
Join us again next week when once again we celebrate the great stories from across America. So it's probably 30% sweeter than a regular sweet pickle.
30% sweeter. It'll be like me.
Yeah, there you go. Yes.
Now, cake is all about sweet and sweet. Well, when I think of you, I think sweet
I just
and
follow the rules.
acidic. Sorry. No, come back. Yes.